everyone, this is Sam and welcome to my 2K21 tutorial number 20. So today I will show you guys two underused defensive settings that's actually OP in this game. With these two additions, you will have great on-ball defense, won't give up easy frees, and most surprisingly, it's actually going to make your overall transition defense much better. I guarantee once you familiarize yourself with these settings, you're gonna experience a much more stable and resistant defense across all game modes you play in 2K21. So if you enjoyed today's tutorial, please share and like, and make sure to subscribe for more 2K21 tutorials all season. You can also check out my all 2K21 tutorials playlist in the description below to stay up to date and to also see previous OP defensive settings tutorials. So first things first, one of the settings that's not used by a lot of people, but it's actually very effective. As you see there, is extend pressure, which I have turned on for both Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell, and you can see the effects here is as such. I have turned it on for both the point guard and shooting guard, right? So Conley and Mitchell, and you can see with extended pressure, this is what it looks like. Conley and Donovan Mitchell are going to be guarded the entire length of the court, especially up court. Extended pressure, they're going to be super tight and fully pressed until they get into the half court, and once they do, my half court defensive settings kicks in and it's going to be very advantageous. What you want to do to further complement this extend pressure effect is to change your pick and roll defense to go under and catch hedge for center or anything. So under and catch hedge for everything will stay attached to no, and make sure your help defense is set to 100, definitely not 0, which a lot of people do, but if you do it this way, it's got to be set to 100 for the best effects. And you can see Siakam is my center here, and the extend pressure has kicked in on both Conley and Mitchell. As you can see, they're being pressed fully up court, so this is going to slow them down getting into the half court offense. And when they do run into that pick and roll action, you can see here's that catch hedge by Siakam and Lowry. It says switch here because I have my off-ball settings to all switch, but this is essentially a catch hedge pick and roll defense, and it's excellent. Shuts it down, great steal opportunity. Here you can see again, extend pressure with catch hedge is actually best for 2v2 pick and roll defensive situations in 2K21. So you can see my Mitchell was all the way pressing Conley already. So this already slows down the opposing offense. I might even get a steal here, but the key is there's a lot of resistance and it takes them a long time to get to the spot, and once they do get to the spot, under or over on catch hedge is absolutely deadly, shutting down 2-on-2 pick and rolls. Great contained by Pham there. They can't go to anything, and I also have a deny on Bogdanovic with play, so there's also no easy off-ball freeze. Now, if an offense lacks movement and passing, this extend pressure combined with catch hedge and going under or over, depending which guard you're guarding, is incredibly useful. So the extend pressure slows down the offense, and it also takes up a lot of the point guard's dribble stamina, which is huge, because if the same point guard bringing up the ball eventually runs a pick and roll, the extend pressure tires them out and it gives us a better chance of shutting them down. Now here you can see, like I mentioned earlier, my switch rules off ball is changed to switch all, and this is something you also want to do to make your defense even better, because switch all actually gives best transition defense. You can see here my transition defense is very solid because all of the defenders are ready and able to pick up anyone who is the major threat. So there's really no openings for the offense here. Now granted, all of my matchups are kind of messed up, but because of the makeup of the roster, I don't mind the all switching, and with that you get very easy buckets and you can stop most easy transition looks from the other team. So if you user an off-ball action, you can actually override off-ball switch. So you can see here Posey and Siakam is about to trigger an off-ball switch up top, but I didn't switch it. I just stay as Siakam and I pick up over myself, so you can actually fight that and you'll be fine. And here you can see me use the left trigger, right trigger, back and forth method to defend this drive. But you can learn that from tutorial number 12. And you can see I was able to stop the drive, but a key defensive setting that I've also showed you guys before is the 3/4 bottom on the post defense. You can see it gives great help position for Clay. Clay is on the 3/4 bottoms there. And it's also defends the passing lane, easy steal. That's one of the best post defensive settings there ever is on 2K because of that. So here you can see no extend pressure with off-ball deny on all the shooters, and all switch off-ball is on, but it's optional because you can use or override it. And I also have the pick and roll defense on catch hedge for center. So Ingo's off-ball setting is actually on deny, but you can see it only triggers when Ingo's on the strong side. So Ingo's on the weak side here, he's one pass away, so Posey is not really hugging him, but now when it gets to strong side, one pass away, you can see Ingles is being hugged by the D9, so that's great for shutting down easy freeze. Understand that off-ball screen, deny, don't trigger unless it has to. So even though I have off-ball screens on all switch here, because there's no wide openings, you can see my defenders actually not switching it, which is fine. And 2K does a pretty good job reading this, so it's not the end of the world if they override you and they don't switch it. Here we go back to under and catch hedge, which is the best pick and roll defensive setting. That's a very tough shot, especially when I'm doing the on-ball defense myself. He greens it, this was a Hall of Fame, it happens, but that's great D. Now, I normally play with 100 on health defense, but if you do 0 with the all switch off-ball setting and all switch on-ball pick and rolls, it gets pretty intense. I just want to show you guys this clip, because I'm still labbing it here, but I see some crazy stuff. So if you do it that way, the best defender on the team will play like a madman. So in this case, you can see computer Dwayne Wade just doing whatever he wants. He's on ball here, so I get back on ball. You can see he switches this pick and roll with Pham, and now he becomes the hedge defender. And he did that on his own. There's a 0 help defense and switch everything, 1 through 4, and all off ball stuff. And you can see computer Dwayne Wade is just going nuts here. He's picking up everything. He picks up the ball, and then he goes back and picks up the hedge because I had to, right? Because Mitchell came back on the ball. I feel there's a lot of potential in this, but I'm still labbing it. You guys can try it out for me if you want, but I'm seeing some pretty crazy and impressive results. So that's 0 help defense and absolutely switch everything, and the defense just go crazy. You can see Wade switch again on his own here with Clay. That's a lot of switches, but it ended up working out pretty well. So definitely give this a try and lab it with me. So here you can see, I just want to show you guys the detailed settings that I did use. I'm gonna post the whole thing here so you know everything I've done. I do like going under and catch hedge mostly on everything, unless it's a really good shooter, obviously over. But I do think catch hedge is the best pick and roll defensive mechanism you can have. Obviously, you still want to use it, but when you're on catch hedge, you're going to be on great position, right? And then post defense, always free quarter bottoms, always do that, because it's going to give you great help defensive angle, and it's also going to allow some passing lane steals if they throw it into the paint. In terms of the off-ball pressure, I pretty much put it to tight with anyone that has a B+ 3-pointer. And obviously, if it's a point guard that can dribble and has a B+ 3-pointer, I would go over on the screen. But anything less than that, I'm going moderate off-ball and also under on screens. Like Donovan Mitchell, I'm gonna go under. And sometimes I will also do the 1-4 switch if I'm running a roster where my power forward and point guard has really good switchability. Like pretty much on my team, I would 1-4 switch everything. So like pick and fades don't work. Because if you 1-4 switch everything, pick and fades don't work. Obviously, you still want to do catch hedge and under and over against the center. But as you can see, I would also like to do deny ball on anybody that is just a pure shooter, like a Bogdanovic or Ingles. So if you do those, remember, they only start denying on the strong side, right? So skip passes can still hurt you, so be aware of those. But those are easy passes to steal. So there you go. Enjoy these. Let me know how it goes for you, and I'll speak to you guys again very soon.